And we're live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to week 9 of the Guardian podcast. It's going to be a small, group of people this time, but we were supposed to have one more, but sadly he couldn't make it due to work commitments. But we'll have you on another time, George.
If you're listening, if you're out there, we know where you are.
Yeah, we will find you. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get started with introductions. Starting with you, Tim.
Hey everybody, my name's Tim. I'm the governor on the site. I'm from Philly. This is my fourth RTX, third year as Guardian, and can't believe they keep taking me. I keep doing my best to get rid of them.
Same. I don't know why they keep bringing us back.
I know, us misfits.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, I don't know why they keep on wanting me back for the PA Guardians. Colin?
Hello, everybody. My name's Colin, or Colin Kalen on the site. This is going to be my... God. This will be my 6th RTX?
So you've been to... plus Australia as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And this will be my 5th time as a Guardian? Wait, no. Yeah, this will be my 5th time as a Guardian.
Yeah, 4 times in the U.S. and...
Yeah, this will be the 4th in the U.S. and after the one in Australia, yeah. So, yeah. I don't know why they keep taking me back, but that was nice. Actually, Australia was really good, so that's fine.
Yeah, I did. I'm glad you're on, so we can finally have someone to talk about RTX Australia because
Oh, you didn't have Dom talk?
Dom is currently unavailable. He's dealing with a lot of stuff with some work, his personal work, and then also with RTX SideQuest, which is currently not looking so hot. So.
Really?
Oh yeah. Basically, they have a lot of positions to fill, and they said, according to Grady in his public post, they're not even sure if they can even get it done by the time RTX comes around this year.
Ouch.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
here's hoping.
unfortunate. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if you, and I said this last podcast, and I'll say this again, if you are wanting to help some of the community with some charity organizations, and if you're into charity organizations, just I would suggest going and checking out rtsidequest.com or .org so you can help them out. They are looking for positions to be filled, especially like the president, some coordinator, RTX SideQuest coordinator, some liaison type of situation with like dealing with like like gathering like places to stay and places to host stuff. Oh, we lost
If you've never done the SideQuest events before, if you have, you know that there's some really cool stuff that they always do with the charity events and the bar games that they do and all the other stuff that happens during the RTX. Honestly, RTX wouldn't be the same without SideQuest. So.
Yes, and that's RT SideQuest pretty much how I started getting it really involved in the community. Like that's how I met my first art in real life RT friend, which is James or Desajan.
Oh, James.
Yeah. Who just joined our D&D game.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Yay.
It would be nice knowing him.
Yeah.
Or I kill him violently.
I can't wait for his character to come in.
He's a squishy wizard.
Yep, with a lot of firepower.
Anyway.
But yeah, check out SideQuest, RT SideQuest, please. If you have the ability, and you're very interested in getting involved with charity organizations in the community, please go check them out and see if you have, and see if you can lend a hand or fill in one of the positions. They're needing some help. And I would like to have the charity auction and the farewell dinner once again this year.
Yeah, I can't really imagine RTX without that charity auction.
Yeah, they've been there since the beginning. And they were just, like a meetup before with a little sign. And I think they're like meeting up at like a restaurant or something, just like, they had a little sign and like, yeah, we're doing this, we're going to give all the proceeds that we give get to charity, and now it's become a huge organization. They raised like 25,000 last year, maybe more.
Yeah.
So
They always have some really cool stuff, and it's
Mhm.
always nice to see everybody there.
yeah, definitely, because that's like a huge like kind of opener, a little taste of RTX, because you get to meet a lot of the community members. You get to sometimes, and usually it's consistent, but you'll definitely get some RT personalities coming in there as well to check everything out.
Barbara almost always comes. Miles has come the last couple of years. So.
Yep.
Mhm.
Bernie made it 2, 3 years ago, or
Yeah, it
Bernie-
depends on like whose schedules work out and who
Yeah.
doesn't. Shit
oh,
to do.
technically Bernie had a lot on his plate with Laser Team last year, so.
Oh, yeah.
But Miles has come. Carrie, not Carrie. It was JJ came a couple years ago. Kathleen usually comes, or AKA Tex.
Mhm.
Who else?
Wonderful.
Matt
Funhouse.
Holland came last year.
Funhouse showed up last year
Yeah,
too.
Funhouse came out, and that was fun.
Speaking of Funhouse. No. They were really cool. They did a lot of interesting stuff, especially at Australia, and they were really nice to a lot of the fans. It was one of the nice things about having it being a smaller convention kind of thing is they
Mhm.
were able to do a lot of things like the impromptu signings that
Oh yeah.
they still happen at RTX, but you should have seen Joel.
Uh-oh.
No. He amazed most of the Guardians who were there. He sat down there and decided, he basically said, I'm going to sign as many people as physically possible. And he basically had us just like, we made like an impromptu line for him along the side of one of the walls. And he was just plowing through these people. Like, I've never seen someone go through a signing that quickly.
Oh really?
Yeah, no, it was great. Like we would get worried that the line would. We were worried that the line was going to get really long, and then we realized how fast he was going through people. That man, was amazing. Just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did he give time to like talk to people? Because I know like Miles. Okay, because Miles like usually, I don't know. He likes to interact with the fans when he does the signing, so it tends to go a little bit slow.
Well, Joel too. I think he managed to make sure that he was signing and talking at the same time, and that he never really paused, which was nice.
Yeah.
So, and something we appreciated because it made our lives easier, which is good.
Oh yeah, I bet. I guess we could make that our second subject for today. Let's talk about RTX Australia. I've been dying to hear what it was like from a Guardian perspective over there, because I would like to go to Australia, but for a few days where I'm just working, I'd rather go and see Australia for like a full like 2 weeks or something versus working for 3 days and leaving for $2,000 for airline tickets.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean.
Not that bad. Also, before we jump into that, Jack's also on this podcast. We just don't care to introduce him, so.
Right. Yeah.
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 Well,
Thank you, Tim.
Jack's also been on almost every other episode, so.
Yep. But continue.
Yeah. Go ahead, Colin.
All right, so you just want regular stuff from Australia. It was nice. It was really nice. I don't know if anybody here's. All right, if you haven't done much of the stuff with Australia, I mean, over the years you've probably heard about them doing stuff with Supernova, which is basically, I guess you could kind of consider it their version of like Comic-Con Incorporated, the company, not necessarily just the con. But Supernova runs a bunch of different events, and it's a Hanabi. They run Supernova. They run a bunch of other cons. They effectively were kind of like the licensor for RTX Australia. So you had the talent coming down and all that stuff, but they have some very, very good people working for them, and it was genuinely a pleasure to get to work with the guys from Hanabi. Really great people. It was very interesting getting to do it after Australia. After doing RTX in the States. They have very different labor laws.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's the little things like you couldn't be during setup and takedown. You couldn't be in the exhibition hall when they were like moving stuff around without having a high vis vest on, which isn't
Well, that's
mandatory in the States for that particular one. Stuff like that. Things like the amount of time that you could or couldn't do things. It's mostly just the little things, but it was fun to see the differences, you know.
Okay.
But for the con itself, it went well. I mean, there's always going to be growing pains,
hmm
especially when you're in a smaller space, which this was. We were in what was effectively a train museum,
Huh.
complete with like a blacksmithing shop and these massive trains on the exhibit outside of the convention hall. And the venue itself wasn't. I wouldn't say it was bad. The problem was is that it may not have been like no, it was a great place, but it probably was a little
Small.
smaller than might have been ideal. For that many people, it worked, but there were like a lot of little things that caused issues, like
No
lack of
air
AC,
conditioning.
no air conditioning. Yeah, everyone heard about that. But it was just stuff like that. It's the usual growing pains when you're starting something off, and this is the first year doing it, especially at that location, and everybody's getting used to it. But for the most part, it went really well. I really liked. Okay, one really nice thing about that venue, they have these walkways that go along the walls and sort of the upper floor of the building.
hmm
And they have a bunch of rooms up there, and that's where you had, people storing stuff, and where they had the VIP lounge area where people they would go out on the balcony sometimes and do interviews. But it also meant that when we needed to get like person from panel A to some other location, they could go up there and basically walk over the top of the crowd.
Oh, okay.
So you don't have to deal with having people. You don't have to deal with trying to get people through the crowd. Plus, it means that it doesn't slow anybody down, but you can still have all the fans waving and saying hi Barbara and cheering and everything, but they never get in the way,
That's true. Yeah.
And especially considering like how packed that hallway was at times, it was a very convenient way to move people around. And occasionally you'd have people like Bernie or Gus or some of the other ones. Funhouse especially. Funhouse did a lot where they'd go out on those walkways in the balcony and they would like talk down to the fans assembled below, or throw out T-shirts or something or whatever they could. So it was a really nice way to do it.
The Church of Church would get ready for their sermon.
Basically, yeah. That was really cool. It was nice. It was pretty fun.
Okay.
I enjoyed it a lot. The Australian Guardians were really, really good. So.
Okay. Do you know if any of them signed up to be U.S. Guardians at all?
Well, I know like Dom obviously is.
Yeah. Well, he's Canadian, so.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, like he was down there as well.
Yeah. I
As
mean,
for-
people who were kind of like they hadn't done it, but they were mostly like Australian natives doing the.
A lot of the people working there were people who had done other Hanabi events, like Supernova.
Okay.
A lot of them were, and that's a little bit of a difference. When you do RTX in the States, you're working a bit more directly for Rooster Teeth.
hmm
In that, like, you're working for Chris and Mary, and
Right above them are.
yeah, but like you'll have like Barbara show up to backpacking or something like that.
Yeah.
Like you'll see them around because Barbara and in previous years Gus, in future years like Bethany are specifically running a lot of this stuff. You've got Adam running around doing tech stuff, that kind of thing.
Right.
Because this was more licensed to Hanabi, the people running those roles are Hanabi guys. So you've got your Hanabi coordinators running around doing all that stuff. So there's a slightly different feel to it. But if you've done a lot of other Hanabi events, it means that you're working with people that you've seen before, and that you get that same sort of like reunion with people who you've worked with before that you get at RTX. It's just like different people that you happen to be working with.
Okay.
But are these guys still like RT fans, or did some of them even know what Rooster Teeth was?
Almost all the Guardians were RT fans. There were a few of them who were slightly more fans of Hanabi than they were Rooster Teeth.
Okay.
And it's not that they weren't people who liked Rooster Teeth, it was just that they were doing it specifically because of the fact that they do a lot of Hanabi events.
Okay.
Mhm.
And that they're in that community and they like to work with that community. And it's the same thing with RTX. I mean, like there's occasionally a couple people who I think I know one or two of the exhibit guys who are very friendly with the exhibitors, and the people who run RTX, and they don't necessarily watch a huge amount of RT content, but they're friends with people in the community, and that's why they volunteer.
Okay.
Most of them, however, were pretty big RT fans, so which is always nice.
Yeah, which is great because then they're actually passionate about working for them.
Oh,
not just someone just there.
Yeah.
Trying to think. So were the teams set up like kind of like RTX? Like you got panels, you've got
More or less.
Okay, so it's same like similar structure.
Yeah, there were a few differences just based on like the way that things were set up. I was one of the team leads for the technically registration, but registration worked a lot differently than registration worked in the at States RTX. Most of the stuff was the same. Like if you're panels, you were panels. It's basically the same thing.
Right.
If you were PAs, that's exactly what you expect it to be. If you were working like center stage, I mean, you get the idea. Registration was interesting in that we didn't actually do much of the registration work that would have been done at RTX. That was all handled by, I think, Moshtix, who did a lot of the handing out of badges and stuff, and anybody who's coming in, they got their badges from those guys.
Okay.
We handled things like the VIP list and the media list, that kind of thing, but a lot of what we did was also handling things like the media desk, the information desk, the weapons check desk, basically doing lines up from the outer area where people were lining up to get in, all the way to the expo hall doors. So basically, if you weren't waiting for a panel, it was our job to make sure that everything was going smoothly.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
that was a pretty big responsibility then.
Yeah, we basically we were in charge of basically just lines as well for half the hall, and then we also filled in for sort of like the kind of like the response team or the security team in previous years, where you had people like watching the exhibit hall doors, checking for badges. That was also us.
Okay.
It was interesting because we were very spread out, but it was pretty good. It was fun. It was a nice time. There were issues that, I mean, there always are, like something's going to go wrong and then you fix it, but everything worked out for the best in the end, so it was pretty good.
Okay. It seemed like everyone had especially on the RT side, had a really good time for the limited amount of people who came down there.
Limited. They had a lot of people down there.
I know, but there's I think Miles and a lot of the animation department were still working on Ruby, so they couldn't really come down.
Yeah, no, that wasn't going to happen.
So no one has any competition for Miles for PA this year. So
they the thing that they did with Ruby with Barbara and Lindsay got a lot of attention. That was fun to watch.
Really, Lindsay?
Well, because she did Ruby.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
They did the sort of the mocap panel.
Oh yeah, so would it be Shane who was still with them at the time?
No, sorry, it's not that. They had Lindsay and Barbara go into a back room, and then they overlaid basically mocap that was funneled back through the RT studios, and then back to Australia. So basically, you had fans in the audience who would do questions to Ruby and Yang, and then Barbara and Lindsay were in the back room with the mocap stuff on doing it, but what you see on the screen is Ruby and Yang responding to the audience.
Oh, I see.
I don't know if there's any video of it, but I do know that there's a couple people who took like little bits and pieces. There's a couple GIFs you can find in places of it. Someone probably did video, but I haven't gone looking for it. But it was a really cool little Q&A, and it was a really cool idea that they did, and I'm hoping that maybe they'll do something similar for RTX.
Okay, that's quite the interactive experience.
It was very
It's
popular.
on YouTube also.
It is on YouTube. I will have to go check it out because I didn't get to go see it.
Okay. Yeah, because I know that I missed a lot of the panels. Did they have anything for like live streaming it during RT Australia?
I don't know if they I don't
They
remember
did
if they
do
live streamed it.
they did do some live streaming. However, the times were weird. Like I don't know Australian time to U.S. time.
About
So
the
like
same for me. So it's your
12
guys'
hours.
evening is my morning, early afternoon.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like-
about like 16 hours from the East Coast, like 15,
Yeah.
16.
Okay.
okay, so
Um,
we probably were asleep when the panels were going on.
Probably. Well,
Okay.
no, because it would have been right about now for a lot of the early panels in the morning,
Okay.
and then any of the
Alright.
afternoon ones you guys would have been asleep. But they did the normal slew of things, like you had the founders of RT, because Matt was there at one point along with Bernie, and they were all doing that stuff.
Mhm.
You had the Off Topic podcast, which of course got released again. You had the RT podcast, which again got released, their regular settings, the normal stuff that they do whenever they go on to a con.
Mhm.
But yeah, no. It was. They did some really neat things for it. I'm interested to see what they're going to do both next year for RTX-AU and what they might do for RTX as well. Mainly because like I know they wanted to do Murdered RTX again, but it didn't work out. So it'd be interesting to see if they manage to do it next year for RTX-AU or if they're going to do something similar for RTX this year.
So they never got RTX Australia, like for the murder at RTX, or
No, Murder at RTX wasn't able to go down.
Oh.
I'm not exactly sure why. They weren't really forthcoming with details about that, as far as I know, or at least they weren't when I heard about it.
yeah, because I know that's what Josh was really planning on, was expanding on it.
I think it might have just had to do with like the programming and setting everything up and getting it all ready and being able to move all
Yeah.
that stuff down. And I think with a larger venue next year they might be able to pull it off. So that might be when that happens. But
Okay.
I have no idea.
Let's see, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we could talk about with Australia.
What's the Guardian size?
If I remember correctly, what was the story? All right, so I can't remember the name of it, but there was this. If I'm remembering correctly, there was this one bar, nightclub kind of thing that a bunch of us ended up going to afterwards, of course, when everybody was off duty. And I might be wrong, but if I'm remembering this correctly, Bernie and Ashley showed up after a bunch of the Guardians had showed up.
Mm-hmm.
And they were outside trying to get in, and they actually got turned away from the bar where we were all in up at the nightclub.
Oh
because
shit!
it was over capacity.
Oh shit.
So a couple of the Guardians goes, "Hey, Bernie Ashley got turned away at the door," and all the Guardians went, "Shit."
No, come back.
We'll leave. But yeah, but no, it was genuinely fun. I know a lot of people were really excited about the Funhouse meetup, and the stuff that went down for that, and those guys went just above and beyond for all the stuff that they had planned for everybody. That was cool.
Yeah, I really like Funhouse. They're really engaged with their fans, and I love it.
That is true. I'm interested to see what's going to happen with all the ScrewTech stuff this year.
Yeah, that will be an interesting twist.
Because they were there last year, so.
Because they
It'll
have their own set of volunteers, I believe, and they're kind of mixing it with us.
That's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't think
are
we'll
they
have to worry
doing-
about PA situations if they have their own. I don't know for sure, but I think if they have their own PAs, then we won't have to worry about assigning anyone to them.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be fine. I'm sure it'll all get worked out, and it's not going to be a problem. My thing is that, like, you know what happens when you have, like, multiple people who are in charge of different things, and I'm sure,
Miscommunication.
yeah, I'm sure it'll all work out. I'm sure, like, Chris and Mary are just amazing at what they do, so I'm absolutely sure they'll figure out a way to make it so that everything runs smoothly.
Oh, they know the people from who are heading SGC. Like
Yeah.
they've been in talks with them, so it's not like they're completely out of the blue. Like I think they've been talking with them for well over a year.
Yeah, no, it's just that, like, when you know that, like, there's going to be when you know there are different groups of people who are handling that kind of stuff, there's always, like, that sense of, like, you know, something might, like, get, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
when you have multiple people in charge of something, sometimes you get, like, the different orders, or, like, there's friction between groups that don't communicate, that kind of stuff.
Right. It's going to be quite interesting. But, you
It'll
know,
work out. It'll all work out.
we'll get to it when it happens. Let's see.
I'm excited. It'll be fun.
Here, I'm looking at the Q&A right now. Looks like we have a Soleil watching us from all the way over in Italy. Hello, Soleil.
Hello.
You. Are you all most excited for when you this year when you went down in Texas? That's from Raph. He's under his Shimmy Sham Gaming handle. I don't know. What is the most excited thing? Like, what are you most excited for? Tim? Put you on the spot.
Just being with everybody, like that's my favorite part. Like the event's great and everything, and I have a blast and all that, but it's just like getting to like have that family reunion for like the first couple of days, and everybody's so excited to see each other and hang out and take over that condo complex that's next door. It's just so much fun.
Oh my god! And last year when Mika Burton showed up at the pool in that complex, and the pool was like completely filled.
It got lit, yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Yep. And Mika like pretty much announced that she was going to have a pool party like over there. It's like, oh, okay. They're not prepared for this.
She's very, very popular. I know a lot of people were trying to campaign at one point for her to join Achievement Hunter like full time.
Yeah. I had my thoughts about that because I thought it was a little bit unclassy for people to automatically try to campaign for her right after Ray just left.
Well, I understand kind of where like some of them were coming from. The trying to get like it doesn't really matter one way or the other. But I mean, like when you like somebody, you want them to see them do more stuff.
True.
Yeah.
I know, but yeah, I don't know. I think they pretty much promoted Jeremy into Ray's position at this point, which Jeremy's been pretty on top of it.
Killing it.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He won't be the same as Ray, but he's got his own personality that I like.
Yeah.
Let's see. Is there anything else that you guys will be excited for? I know we went with Tim's, but what about you, Colin?
I'm actually really looking forward to the side quest auction. So if that doesn't happen, I'll be very, very sad.
Yeah.
It's been great the last couple of years. I've always had a lot of fun going to that, and I mean, I got to watch somebody tackle tackle Miles to keep him from bidding on an item at one point. And,
oh my god, that was funny.
yeah, I was there, so it was really funny to watch. But yeah, I'm just hoping that works out again this year.
Yeah. That reminds me when Mary some jerk was trying to outbid her for the Caboose helmet 2 years ago, and I was being nice and outbidding the person and trying to take it away from him so he wouldn't get it because I literally I overheard the guy saying I talked to the guy and he was basically saying she rejected me and I don't want her to have it. It's like, okay, dick, I'll take it away from you.
As a guardian?
Huh? Yeah, she rejected. He signed up to be a guardian and he got rejected. So.
That's kind of a dick move.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Not rejecting him, but his bullshit.
Yeah, but mess with Mary, you mess with the guardians. So. And at the end though, but there's I guess I wanted it to be a surprise, and I guess she didn't see my name on the list, so she tried to outbid me, outbid the guy because he was doing it. I was like, no, Mary, I'm just gonna snipe it from this guy real quick. Just kind of, I'm trying to be nice. So that was pretty funny, and she ended up getting it.
Good, I'm glad.
But trying to think.
What did they do last? What was I don't think Luke was there last year.
Luke McKay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I think it was something to do with the green card or something. Sorry, I talked to his.
I think he was coming to the U.S. to live with Lauren.
Yeah, so. I was talking to Lauren for a little while. I think it was something about him needing to be. Oh, I think it was he had to get his visa or something like that, and that was the issue.
Okay.
Yeah. But I know she did her D&D thing, which turned out really well actually with all the stuff that they did for that.
Yeah, I don't think I've completely seen what they've done. Like, I think I caught a little bit of their Dungeons and Drunks, or what was it? What was the name of the campaign?
I think it's Dungeons and Drunks.
Yeah, and then they had people bid on being a monster in the game. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it actually was supposed to work. Apparently worked out really well, and they had a great time doing it. So.
Who DMs for them?
She does. I think Lauren is their DM.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I had no idea that she was the DM. Okay, I thought it was like someone like Roadblock or.
No. If I remember correctly, it's her. So.
Okay, so. Need to check it out again. Because I caught a little bit of it.
Flight back to Seattle. So.
Oh, okay. Because I caught a little bit of it, but at the time I guess I wasn't just that invested in D&D yet.
That's the other thing. If you're ever going to RTX, the flight from Seattle is unbelievably lucky. I don't know why, but there's something about that flight. It's incredibly lucky.
What about it?
Well, the first time I ever came down to RTX, and this was before I was even a Guardian, I think. I show up, and there's a group of people all wearing RT shirts, sitting like right in front of the windows. They're all hanging out and talking RT stuff. And it turned out that we were just all on the same flight with Luke and Lauren. Second time I come down, I end up on the same flight with Elizabeth Mitchell from Lost.
Elizabeth Mitchell.
Juliet.
Oh, really?
She was Mrs. Claus and Santa Claus. She was in the Once Upon a Time thing. She's done a bunch of stuff. V for, not Vendetta, but the Aliens one. Revolution. Anyway, she was on the same flight as I was, and we talked along with a couple other people, and she was really nice. Really, really, really gracious, and just had was very nice to all the people who wanted to say that they liked her work. And then the flight I did after that, I was sitting directly behind Luke and Chris and Mary.
Oh, neat.
So I don't know what it is about that flight, but if you're ever flying from Seattle to Austin for RTX, see who else is on your flight, because for some reason there's always somebody interesting who's been on mine.
I'm trying to think. Trying to think of another person who was lucky. Oh, it was James. The first RTX that I went to, and I met James and everything. He had to leave a little bit early from the convention, and he left on the flight. And literally, as soon as he went into the airport, he ran into Jeff Williams and Casey.
Oh, nice.
So he got lucky at the first RTX. So that was interesting. But
RTX going down there. On my flight, we got to Dallas, and the flight got canceled, and I was waiting with a bunch of people, and one of the people was actually James.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that was the first Guardian I've met, and we were talking and hanging out, and then the next flight opened up, and there was only one seat left, and it was for first class. And because I got there right before James did, so I ended up leaving James behind. It felt really sad about that, but it was pretty funny.
Yeah, I think you remembered. I remember you telling me about that, because I think you said that you and James were like an hour apart with flights, and I picked you up from the airport that year.
Mm-hmm. And I think we did the podcast that night, I think, and James ended up showing up, so it was kind of like a mini reunion.
We didn't do the podcast, did we?
This was the first RTX.
Oh, the very first. Okay.
What was it? 2013, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, the one where I threw my back out because I was laying like this on the back of the couch.
Yeah.
Threw your back out by lying down?
Yeah. Well, it was you know how a couch there's like the lip at the front at the very back, like the back of the couch.
Yeah, no, I got it. It's like I gave myself a hernia by playing video games, or Gus's story about getting a what do you get? Ass blister.
You got something.
Hemorrhoid. There we go. I was close.
Well, how to say this? If we looked up the podcast now, that lip is very tiny. Like I had to balance myself on that to make sure I didn't fall on the people in front of me. So it required a lot of strength just to keep up there.
Didn't you even like fall between like the wall and the couch? Or
Yeah.
no?
I,
Okay.
I felt like I kind of moved myself so that I was like kind of wedged in between them. But I made it work. I think we had, how many people did we have on the podcast?
We had 20 people show up.
Jesus. Oh yeah, that's right. Because Chazzy was like, yeah, I'd only invite a few people, and then like 20 showed up. I was like,
Didn't you guys like have a room at the Hilton for that?
no. That was a different time.
That was the
the
following
year after, I think.
year. Yeah.
No, the room at the Hilton we had, it wasn't the Hilton, it was the Marriott, I think. Or no, the Hilton Garden Inn, that's what it was.
Yeah.
And we rented out a space, and we recorded the podcast, and we still have never released the podcast. So
We released the audio of it, but we never released the visual because one of the cameras turned off halfway through.
yeah, because we decided to do like a weird thing that we were also like, didn't we do like 2 different microphones as well?
We did
Yeah, and you
two.
were passing them back and forth.
Yeah, we did 2 mics and 2 cameras that would like one would record one half and the other camera would record the other half.
Yeah, and it was a strange setup. I doubt we'll do it like that again if we ever get it coordinated like that again.
Right.
I don't think it'll ever be coordinated like that again with like, because right now it's just you and me and Jack coordinating it,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think I have a video camera that can record that other than a laptop and a webcam.
What was? Oh, yeah, no, that was the first year. That was actually, I think, my first time being on the podcast. Was after the end of RTX in that little room in the middle of nowhere.
Oh
with everybody
yeah.
sitting around, yeah. And I think that was the first time that the tale of Chuck was told.
Oh god, yeah. That was it.
Should we remind the
No.
newer Guardians that
No, we.
that
Look,
we've been
here's the
telling
thing.
them about?
We're on the messaging app that we were using for RTX Australia, and we're all getting ready, and I'm sending out stuff to my team about rosters and all that stuff. And then somebody in the general chat goes, "Hey, are you that Colin? The one from RTX? Are you Chuck?" And I'm like, "God damn it, really?" And I was like, "What is this? Oh, this is a legendary story." And I'd be like, "All right, look, guys. This has been told so often. We're not doing it again. We're not retelling the story. If you want to find it, go back through all the RTX podcast stuff."
Yeah, we've literally talked about it every year since then. So
Which reminds me, I got there's a couple people I should talk to because I know a couple of them wanted to come on this and talk to you guys. So
oh, okay. So people from the RTX Australia.
yeah, there were a couple people who sounded really interested about doing it. So I should.
Yeah, sure. If they wanted to come on. Like this isn't strictly just U.S. Guardians now. Like we can.
Well, no, it's the timing thing because you guys do it Sunday, which is Monday out here. So
Yeah, it
they
makes
got to
sense.
find like a 3-day weekend like I do.
But yeah, have them contact me and I'll get them on. We'll set up
Yeah.
a schedule with them.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Let's see what else.
First off, Mike, yes, the podcast was late because I was 2 minutes late.
Yeah.
Like, we really need to talk about what George is doing.
Oh my God, what is
He's
it?
creating magic.
He's magic right now.
Hickory Dickory Dock. Jack was holding a Glock. He went to the range. He shot many frames, and we never wanted to stop.
Which, speaking of, I'm also excited to take Jack back to the shooting range this time because
Yes.
we're breaking out the big guns.
Big guns this time. I remember.
You guys go to a shooting range during RTX?
Yes. It was
Last year was
called
our
Red's
first year.
Shooting Range.
And the Australians next to us made us look like bitches, but
I remember
this year.
there were kids that went there and they were holding the big guns, and the cashier was just watching them, like every time they shoot the gun, they would just like flinch back. and the guy's like, "This is like going to the movies. It's so much fun."
I do like how he does one for Tim, he does one for Jack, he does one for Jordan, and then Collins is something, nursery rhyme, something Colin. Thank you.
Nice, George.
I appreciate that. Also, Kira, fuck you.
Let's see. Roses are red, violets are blue. Tim's hella bay. That's why I love you. Oh, you guys are basically a married couple at this point.
Aww.
Yeah, basically. That conversation I put in our group chat the other day is pretty much like what me and George talk about on a daily basis. Like, it's just like I ask him a ridiculous question out of nowhere, and he tries to comprehend a response and then just laughs, and then starts to talk and just laughs even more, and then I start laughing, and then we just laugh till we cry for like a good 10 minutes. And then we don't talk for 2 months because he works like 75 hours a week
Oh shit.
and lets me down.
Let's see. What was it? The question that popped up was like, what do you think Charles would say from?
Well, a little backstory to that is George and I go through musical phases. Like last year, our RTX music phase, because we road tripped from Atlanta to Austin with a pit stop in New Orleans. So our road trip song for the year was 7-Eleven by Beyonce. And so a couple of weeks ago, we went through a big Adele phase, and it was Chasing Pavements. So we were having an Adele phase, and I was just like, do you think that Charles's life is like an Adele song, or does he live like the better half of England? Like,
Oh my god. Yeah, that was. Yeah.
that's exactly what George does.
Yeah.
And then he
Yeah,
just laughs.
Trying to think. I wonder. So is it? Has Charles ever figured out if he's actually coming this year?
He is tentatively in our condo, so he has a space reserved out to him. He's a diva. He messaged us and he was like upfront, like, I'm gonna be a diva about this because of jet lag and everything. I need my own bed and it needs to be a bed. But other than that, like I'm pretty low key because he only comes with like a backpack with like 2 pairs of pants and then gets syrup in one of them, so then he has to wear the other one. So, but he's tentatively coming. He's just waiting to get approval from Bobby on money and stuff. So
That
'cause
is
they
the
haven't
most
popped out a
relaxed
kid
deal
yet.
I've ever heard of.
Yeah. God, I think he. He said he hates that he has to leave Bobby each year, and he
Oh, he
said
does. Yeah, he hates it. Like I was watching the two of them talk to each other, and it was just like he hates it. He hates leaving her.
he loves his wife so much.
Goals. I think I'm gonna go visit him in September. That's my goal right now. I'm about halfway there budget wise.
So can I like hop on and like stow away in your suitcase so we can
Dude,
both
flights are
visit?
not bad. Flights are like round trip $650 out of New York City. So just like let's go up, we'll visit Raph, we'll fly over, go hang out with Charles, and then
Oh,
we'll
that sounds like such a good idea.
Where is he out of?
He is in Northamptonshire, UK.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
So now you know where Charles lives. Now
Yeah, you can track him down. Chuck and Bobby,
But no, you
Northamptonshire.
guys do
Put that on
you
a
should
post.
absolutely swing through London.
Yeah, that's probably where we would fly into and meet him there, and then go to wherever the fuck Northamptonshire is, because I don't no idea.
Yeah, there's a few people I really want to meet, just like in their home turf, like
Speaking of,
Charles.
Jen's going to the UK, and it's just like, all right, Jen, chill. Like,
Yeah.
That's what we need to have happen. We need to have RTX UK so we all have an excuse to go there.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
And if they could do it during a time when people happen to be on vacation out here, that'd be great.
Well, I was on the RTX Australia Guardian list for about 2 hours, and then I had to drop it. It was the
Oh,
hardest
sorry.
email to try to talk to Cam about. He was like, don't worry, apply next year. We got you. I was like, all right, Cam, I got you.
That was the one thing I forgot to say is that Fez, Samuel, and Jessica, who were the replacement head guardians for Chris and Mary, probably the best replacements for them that we could have had. You know, I mean, after the regular one, it's not the same without Chris and Mary, but they did just an amazing job. So
Oh, really?
they were great.
Were
Jessica,
they also Hannibal people, or
Again?
were they also Hannibal people?
they've done some Hannibal things, but I think that they do a lot of stuff at Hannibal. I know that they're into RT. I'm not sure how much of we never got around to talking about like how much they did for regular RTX or if they've done that. So,
Okay.
but I know they're big fans of RT.
Looks like we. Oh, there's Tim.
Yeah, so far he had an update. Sorry about that.
Trying to think what else. There's a few people I want to meet because there's Elite Izzy in the UK. I don't know if you know her, Isabel Pelling. She's does a lot of cosplay stuff, and one of the things she did was she recreated the Felix helmet for Miles, and sent it over to him. She's like, like Miles has like a few friends like within the community, and a few of them are like me, dear y'all. and Izzy, and because of Miles, her and I got talking. She seems like such a cool person, but she's one of the few people. It's like I found out that I thought she was a lot. She was like more about my age or a little bit younger. Found out that she's like 16 or something like that. So I was like, oh, okay. So I've been talking to a 16-year-old. Nothing creepy about this.
Not necessarily. I mean, as long as you weren't saying anything creepy.
No, I wasn't. But it was just like
Jordan.
pretty much just play Rainbow Six Siege together and Destiny.
Okay, now that's uncalled for, man. That's
overstepping the line.
No.
Plus game.
Dude, that game is rated M for mature. 16-year-old, that's not cool. That's not cool.
Right. Yeah.
Because everybody knows no 16-year-old plays an M-rated game. Damn it, Jordan.
What?
Womp womp.
Never.
Contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Violence and terrorists that you're killing.
I'm trying to think who else. Who else would I meet? Oh yeah, there's Topham. He's with one of Raph's friends. We met during RTX last year, and then who else? There's Geometrics. She did like Science of RT posts for a little bit, and she hasn't been able to because she's at university right now. But she's pretty cool. Yeah, there's a few UK people I really want to meet, so I need to head over there sometime. See what else? Oh, I need to read the.
Okay. 2020. I
need to read off the rest of these comments they're building up. There once was a man named Jordan who had a fresh pair of Jordans. While trekking through Jordan, he took off his Jordans to cross the river of Jordan.
This is why they pay him the big bucks.
Is that the trend this year? George is going to write nursery rhymes for all the Guardians.
Oh, George will tell you a story.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing George again. That was so fun because you guys were literally the first people we met up with in during the RTX last year.
Did I ever tell you the story of how George and I met officially in person for the first time?
I don't know. No, I don't think so.
So when I fly to Austin, I usually get stuck going through Atlanta because I take Delta usually, and he's from Atlanta, so we coordinated and we took the same Atlanta leg to the flight. So I land from Philly and I go to the bathroom and I'm just hanging out because we're killing time till the next flight. And I come out of the bathroom and I see this family walk by, and I kind of do a double take and make eye contact with the dad, and I'm like, that's Ryan Haywood. That's definitely Ryan Haywood. So I'm like, oh, all right, whatever. So I went, got some food, and went to the gate, and I met with George. And he walks up to me, and I'm just eating my McDonald's. I'm like, hey, how's it going? Good to see you. Good to finally meet you. And he sits down, and I go, yeah, so I'm pretty sure I saw Ryan Haywood. And he goes, no way. He's like, you're crazy. I'm like, it is definitely him. So he's sitting there thinking that I'm a giant creeper. We get on the plane. He's like, I'm going to keep an eye out. Maybe he is on the plane, and if we see him, then I'll know you're not crazy. So I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. So we get on the plane, we don't see him. We land in Austin, we don't see him. We're waiting for baggage claim. And the elevator opens, and here comes the family again. And I'm like, you can't tell me that that's not Ryan. And he goes, that's definitely Ryan, you're right. And so we had this big argument back and forth. And then finally he's like, all right, let's go talk to him. And so that's how we met. He didn't believe me.
It wasn't Ryan.
No, it actually was. But the funnier part was I was like, a week before that, I had just gotten switched from being Ryan's PA to Jack's that year. So he was like, what would have happened if you were still his PA? You could have been like, I'm here to serve you. Ready? You're in Austin. Let's go. Let's do this. But, yeah, so he thought I was a weirdo.
Yeah, that was interesting. The original PAs that we were supposed to have back a couple years ago. I was originally stuck with Jordan Swears. I meant paired with. Yeah, they had me with Jordan Swears, and I could have sworn that was basically Katie just having a laugh, just be like, we stuck you with Jordan. Now it's gonna be confusing. Ha 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 ha. And
that would have been funny.
That would have been funny. Though, granted, he already got pissed off because during my birthday last year, Miles tweeted me out, and people thought it was Jordan Swears' birthday. So So people were saying like "Happy birthday, Jordan Swears." I was like, "I'm not Jordan." And then people were tweeting at Jordan Swears, "Go, Jordan, it's your birthday." He goes, "No, wrong Jordan. This Jordan."
Poor guy.
So it would have been funny, but Miles and I were a way better match. So
Yeah, we'll see who I get this year. I'm playing like staffer roulette. I think I'm just going to continue the trend of stealing James's people so that he has to get a new person every year.
So you'll get Matt Holm this year, hopefully.
I'll move my way up the ladder. No, I don't know. Let's see. It's going to be...
Yeah.
So, Tim, who were you PA for over your time as a Guardian?
So first year was 2014. I was Jack Patillo's, and then last year I was Barbara Dunkelman's. So, and then this year, who knows? Yeah. This year I'm on media. That's right. Sorry, forgot.
Tim, don't. You already gave Jackie enough of a heart attack already.
She's watching. She's definitely having another heart attack. Although she's going ham on Broforce, so there's nothing that's going to keep her down today.
Right. Yep. Oh god. Yeah, I need to get that game because it's free on PS4.
It's free, yeah.
Yeah, free on PS4 this month. So
what
I
is
get my hands on it.
Broforce.
Broforce.
Yeah, I got that already.
Yeah.
Interesting game.
But
I have to admit, I like all the jokes they do about the old movies.
Oh yeah, definitely. Let's see. Try and go through more Q&A. George says, "Love you guys, but back to work." Well, we'll see you later, George, and hopefully we'll get you on soon. 7-Eleven, 7 twice. I don't know what that means. I'm hoping it's more of an inside joke for you.
I'll link you. I'll link you later.
Rap says, "I always forget Izzy is a baby." Yeah, she is. She's like Ali, who's Blade of Voltaire on the website. I always thought he was always thought he was a few years older than he actually is. He's like 15, but he has the mouth of a 25-year-old. So, little asshole. Yeah, but he talks a lot of shit on Destiny. So, let's see. Can't think of a worthy one of Colin. So obviously you're not worth. He doesn't think he's anything that he's worthy enough.
Maybe you can think of one for Chuck. Maybe that's an easier word to rhyme.
Favorite thing about this podcast so far is Colin staring endlessly out from the screen. Is almost like he's unreal.
Yeah, and I haven't said this enough in the past couple weeks. Kira, fuck you.
Kira, that's why you're constantly almost getting killed every single session, so... let's see.
I'm not vindictive. You guys know that. Right?
I've recorded all the sessions, so we do have proof.
Yeah, that I'm not vindictive. That I'm a nice, perfectly innocent, happy person.
Sure.
Alrighty. Well, we're out of Q&A for right now. So, sir, let's get to some RTX questions. So, what did you guys all sign up for? So, you two. So, I know what you're doing, Jack.
Yeah, me neither. I don't know either.
So, Tim, what did you sign up for?
I signed up for PA just to continue the trend of disappointing staffers, and then I also signed up for Expo because I figured that was like PA for Expo, so I could disappoint some new people, and we'll see how it goes.
So you'll instead of losing staffers, you'll lose some partnerships with potential partnerships.
Yeah, I'll like hide some merch and cost people thousands of dollars for the booth that they paid for, and
let's not joke about that one.
What about you, Colin? What did you sign up for?
I'm probably lines, mostly because I'm almost always lines. And even when I got assigned to the registration team for RTX-AU, I was still basically lines. So yeah. It's probably what I'm going to end up doing. That, and I've worked with Red for the past couple years, and we kind of got a good thing going, so I'm probably going to be in the same spot again.
Okay. Alrighty.
I feel like everybody's got a little bit of lines in them.
Yep. I have to manage a little bit of lines every time that people line up for Miles, or
Yeah.
when Miles is trying to run away to another panel and has like a line of people coming after him.
Yeah, when we did our last like impromptu signing on Sunday last year, I was pretty much just like running up and down the line, like trying to keep everything going. Just because if I stopped, I would have had to have cut my feet off because at that point I was at like 42 miles for the weekend. So I was like,
Wow.
all right, two more people, all right, three more people, all right, you want a selfie? All right, let's go. All right, Snapchat, is that a good idea? Let's do something else. All right, come on. I'm always afraid I'm gonna take somebody's picture on Snapchat and then delete it and then ruin their weekend.
We what was it? We had Bernie come into the JW Marriott last year, downstairs in the bottom area. He was going out through the side door to get to another panel, kind of thing. And he's in the back of the lobby behind like their fireplace, whatever it was. And at the same time, we had people pouring in to go to I think Funhouse or something else. And we realized people kept trickling over to go see Bernie rather than to go get to their panel. So we basically just made a line of guardians directing traffic upstairs and trying to hide as best we could the fact that Bernie was doing a signing on the other side of the wall. Nobody look at the man behind the curtain. Let's keep going. Don't look at Bernie. Don't look at Bernie. Don't look at Bernie. No, it was fun. And
Just like start jingling like a little bell, like no over here, like start doing clickers and stuff like that.
we just did our Bar Brady impressions and just kept saying, nothing to see here. Nothing at all. Nothing here. Go about your business.
Let's see, Expo is the best team ever, by the way. Good second choice.
Yeah,
I like how you put. Oh, okay.
Right.
I thought you were saying that was a good second choice for you. I'm like, okay, Kira, wait to say it's great and then shit on it automatically.
Expo's nice. I think it was like 2014 or something. I helped them tear down the exhibition hall because I was there the extra day. Really
Mhm.
good people. Really nice.
I think I helped tear down the Immersion Museum. I think it was like, I want to say, no, it was my first year as a Guardian, so I got, while everyone was, or no, I think it was my first year as a PA. I think it was my first year as a PA because they had just moved into Stage 5.
Yeah.
So, I was like one of the first like fans to go see Stage 5 because I had to go take everything, head over to the studio, and then drop everything off. And I was like, oh my god, this place is awesome. Also, this place is an incredible mess. So,
Well, I mean, it's a production studio.
yeah.
So anywhere
Yeah.
where you've got that going on, it's pretty chaotic.
Yeah, it's organized chaos.
Yeah.
Still a mess.
Yeah. But I love the studio. It's a really nice place. But also what was it that oh yeah, it was cream soda is like the one thing that they constantly keep stocked.
Cream
And
soda.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Not alcohol, but cream soda.
Well,
Well,
they have alcohol.
they have alcohol. They have it sent to them basically. So it's like from all the fans.
Plus now you've got the oh god, yeah. Griffin said that people were trying to murder Jeff at RTXAU with booze.
Really?
Oh yeah.
It's like par for the course every year.
I don't think you can go to an RTX and not end up with Jeff having a box of booze. That's just it's what's supposed to happen.
See. Expo's like being a PA for a group of exhibitors, which is both really stressful and really fun. Also, sometimes they insist on giving gifts to good guardians,
Extra shirts at the end of the weekend,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
which, yeah, like how they always like kind of give away free posters at the end.
I've got a
Because
I've got, like-
usually they
I have,
have
like,
a
an-
lot of posters.
I've got like an extra large shirt from one of those guys when they were just like handing them out at the end of the night. Like, we don't want to take these back. So
So now it's a dress.
it's in a closet somewhere. But it was nice of them. It was really nice.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was walking around with Barbara last year, and we went to see Mega 64, and they were like, "Oh, you're Barbara's PA. I'm so sorry. Do you need a shirt to make you feel better?" I was like, "Sure, sure." So I got a free shirt.
Cool.
I wish that I had gotten a chance to look at like the floor sometime, like earlier last year, because they had some like really nice stuff. Like for instance, they had some really cool shirts. I think 2 years ago I didn't get a chance, but they had like the 3-star Goku shirts from Kill la Kill on sale, and they just
Oh,
like had
yeah.
like they sold out like almost immediately because that's when it was airing.
Hmm.
But they usually have like really awesome shirts with the exhibitors every year. So
There's
yeah.
always some cool stuff.
Mm-hmm. Trying to think, what else can we talk about? Is there anything? We talked about what we're excited about. Is there? What was like a huge highlight for you guys at RTX last year, or not, or just any year? What was a big highlight for you? And excluding meeting people or stuff like that, just RTX specific. What was a big shining moment for you?
So we got to watch the hall open for the first day. So Barbara took us up to the mezzanine, and we like watched like everybody just like flood into the convention center for the first time, and like run around to all the booths and fill up the line at the store. And it was really cool to be able to like spend a lot of time watching from up there and like learning all the little things that like this didn't work last time, so we did this, and now we're trying this, and we're going to see how that works, and we really like this, so we're doing that again. And just being able to learn like all the little things that they do year to year that make like just little things that make such a big difference on the event is just watching it grow over the last few years has been really cool.
Nice.
I bet that must have been really interesting to see just people flooding in.
No, it was great. I was like, yes, the little ants are here.
It's like their own personal little ant farm. What about you, Colin?
I don't know. I mean, like, there's been a lot of cool stuff over the years, but there's not.
The Chuck moment?
God,
Yeah, that's the highlight.
fuck you. I mean that the nicest way possible, but still. No, I mean, like, there's been a lot of stuff over the years, but it's just like RTX in general has always been the highlight for me. Getting to help out with various different attendees, getting to go to the SideQuest auction, getting to spend time with all the other Guardians. It's just that's always been the highlight for me.
Let's see. Let's see. What other questions can we ask? Is there a moment that was there an extremely stressful moment for you guys that you didn't care for, but I'm saying, I'm saying your worst moment.
Found a hornet's nest this one time. That wasn't fun.
What, at RTX?
RTX AU, there was a hornet's nest on the outside of the building. We dealt with it. It wasn't a big issue. It was just like one of those things where it's like, oh crap, another thing we got to deal with. All right, everybody away from that. But stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah. There was the time that Ninja Sex Party decided to do a impromptu panel or something right as I went to lunch. That was fun to find out about.
Let's see. Oh, sorry, I'm getting distracted by Kira's message. Wait, I'm confused. I know this, Chuck. Sorry, I don't know why we're bringing it up to Colin. Because Colin is Chuck, Kira. Jesus.
I think she secretly knows. She's trying to piss off Colin.
age sex like.
And she wonders why. She wonders why.
No, Kira, is someone hacking your keyboard right now, or is this actually you asking this?
No.
19F Moon.
Guys, let's be honest. It's her little brother. I mean, come on.
Right.
I'm just
Favorite
waiting.
color.
I'm
Tough
just waiting.
question.
I'm waiting for
Orange.
the tits or get the fuck out message. This has turned into Omegle or chat roulette.
God.
But what was a moment for you, Tim? That was not particularly a favorite moment for you.
I don't know. I feel like being a Guardian is like I've had 2 really lucky years where Jack and Barb are both really good at doing events at this point where like it's just kind of like you're just there to like hand them water and food and just like be like, okay, like you have to like sit down for a minute, like take a break. So it's just really easy. But I think watching Jen have that like brain aneurysm over the Red Bull and then any subsequent time it was mentioned throughout the weekend and
Yeah.
just like made me more and more afraid of her and afraid that like she was going to explode at any minute. But I mean, that was pretty much it. Last year was really easy, except for the walking and the blisters in the feet and the wanting to cut them off at the end of the weekend.
Yeah, the walking was ridiculous last year. Like it's not too bad when you're in just one location, but when you have to go to two different locations and one of them is like what, a quarter of a mile away from the other.
I don't think it's definitely a walk. It's like a 5-10 minute walk, but it's not too bad. Especially if you have like I took those carts the one time, those electric carts that they had, except we took the smaller one, and so I had to like cram myself in the back of it, and I'm just like, it's a short ride, but like every single bump, I just wanted to like just jump out and be like, no, it's okay, I'll walk.
Oh God, that was the one time that I didn't realize, like, because I kept on looking for the carts. I was like, where are the carts? Where are they? And I found out once they dropped someone off, they always like came back to the ACC.
Yeah.
I've never, and apparently you had to like Jackie or Jen or someone had to call them to get them to come to another location.
Yeah,
So-
it's because they couldn't really like hang out in like the loading docks of the other areas, so they just parked pretty much just right by Moonshine by the convention center.
Yeah.
Like we had to like wake our driver up, like shake him and be like, "Hey, we need to like go somewhere now. Thanks. Like, let's go."
I just remember the one time that I actually did call. It's like, yeah, Miles and Carrie are here, so we can go and like we can go and we can go and like ride with them. It was me and Avery, and we're like, yeah, we can ride in the back seat and something. And then I found out that like I think it was like Ross or some like I think it was Ross and Holly from Game Grumps were there, and I was like, they're like, oh, can we ride with you? I was like, oh shit, okay, I guess we'll have to run. So they got to take the card, and like me and Avery had to sprint from the JW to the ACC to go meet up with them. So I didn't really get to experience the cards much, but it gave me a lot of extra walking. I bet Miles like dropped like 10 pounds during that convention because he also didn't eat.
Wait.
He also didn't eat too much at the convention. Like he would eat like at least once during the convention hours, but he needed to eat more. And I tried. But that's why you always carry around granola bars or something just in case if they need something to eat.
Oh, it's just like I bought that case of Red Bull for us at the beginning, and I'm pretty sure Barbara drank like 1.5 Red Bulls the entire weekend because you just give her a drink and then she'll like sip on it and then just leave it somewhere. And so I'll be like, I'll pick it up and like follow her to the next place and give it to her again. And she'll be like, oh yeah, and then she'll take another 2 sips and leave it. So I had to like develop like a 2-spot rule. Like if she leaves it twice, it's just trash. Like otherwise, at the one signing, I forget if it was when we were with you or when we were with Gavin, she had like 9 drinks on the table because I had just been carrying drinks from place to place for her because she takes 2 sips and then leaves it. It's like Bernie with those Coke cans.
Oh yeah.
I was thinking of that story while you were saying that.
Jesus. What's another?
Take that to a dark place.
I'm trying to think. What was it? What was it that I was thinking of? But there's a. I know Miles is one that he likes to drink Red Bull every now and then. Oh, that's what I was getting to. Whenever Miles would eat, that's when I would take my lunch break. Because most of the time, like it's not like some other people would like to like have like their own private time to go eat and everything. Miles and I just kind of like hang out with each other and go and eat pizza or something in the back hallways and everything. So I bring it to him. We just sit down and chat. But I got a chance. So when he went up to like the private RT staff room, Charles was there at the same time. So we hung out up in the room, and then we both went down to get burgers and had a little man-to-man conversation with each other. So
Little
it was
bro.
nice.
Ooh,
Yeah,
sexy man-to-man
a little bit of connection in the line. So
love connection.
possibly.
It's definitely a love connection during their signing when I'm talking to him about trying to clean his crotchular area of syrup. I'm like, you just go. Like, it's okay. Just go wash yourself, and like I'll take care of it. They're going the same place. Like, you're gonna be uncomfortable. Just go clean yourself, please. He did it to himself. He doesn't say no to anything, and that's what makes Charles Charles.
Yep. I love it too because Gavin was really hoping that he wouldn't take that bet. But hey, Gavin paid up, and that's all that counts.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Oh, apparently Kira did not know that you were Chuck. Colin.
That's okay.
I think that means we have to remind people about the Chuck story.
No, we
It's
don't.
starting to die
We
out.
really don't.
We need to relive it.
Look, Chuck is all of us. You know, Chuck is the collective spirit of those of us who end up in a situation like that. You know, I think we all have a little Chuck in us. We all have a little Chuck in ourselves. You know.
Okay. Whatever you say.
Whatever you say. So, RTX 2016, the year that we bring back Chuck.
Mm-hmm.
They tried last year. It didn't happen.
No, we tried 2014 with because Red had a little get together at the Dog and Duck. And he wanted somebody to become the next Chuck, and then he realized that most likely he was going to be the next Chuck, so he left before he threw up everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, Red. Let's see. Oh, and Raph says ball sacks or get the fuck out. Thanks, Raph.
I think that's time for us to know.
Joke's on you. I'm not wearing pants, Brad.
You know, we're just all commando underneath the screen right here. You just don't know it.
I'm buck naked. Why do you think I got my my picture up? I have the day off. I'm not wearing clothes. It's a day. It's a vacation. Yeah.
Let's see. Tell us of Chuck. I don't know. That's up to Colin.
No, look. If a person individually would like to hear the Ballad of Chuck, I will tell it in the appropriate style that has to be, you know, like Greek storytelling, kind of like oral tradition. That I'm fine with, but we've had enough like repetitions of it on the podcast that if you want to really know the story, then just go look it up yourself.
Yeah, Kira just goes scrounging through the archives right now. I'm pretty sure she will.
I'll gather people around me at the end of RTX or something, and I'll tell the Ballad of Chuck.
Okay.
Alrighty. Let's see what anything else. Oh, as I said, we're also like 10 minutes over on time, so let's see. Last thing, what's one piece of advice that you would give to incoming RTX people? We've covered hydration, we've covered cleanliness.
Bring deodorant.
That's a big one.
Just like spray yourself every like hour or so. Yeah.
Also, don't spray an entire can of Axe, and I might just come and find you and hurt myself.
We would complain very loudly. No, just like bring like, I don't know, Old Spice or like one of those little rollers and just, you know, go to the bathroom every so often, re-up it. Here's a suggestion, especially if you're not used to heat environments, bring a fan. I brought one down to RTX-AU when we had absolutely no air conditioning, and every third guest and most of the staff said that it was probably the best idea that they'd ever seen.
Yeah, because it gets pretty hot, especially in Texas.
Yeah. And I have a special plan to bring a special one this year, which is going to be interesting. Seeing how many people might get angry at me for it, but it'll be fun.
Yeah, campfire story.
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
Chuck.
Well, no, I have one of the special Ruby fans from Comic-Cat,
Mm-hmm.
which you can't
okay.
get anywhere else.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
right.
I'm sure they'll do something similar for the advertisement for like some of the other Comic-Cats because it's all WB doing stuff or WB Japan, but it's not something that you can get in the States at the very least, and it's not something that you can buy in like a store. So.
Well, they took forever to get the box set up for Ruby Season 1.
Oh, the Japanese one or what?
Yeah, the Japanese one.
Well, it came out here pretty much like right after the movie came out. When they released it out here. It took them forever to get it out to you guys.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It took it forever for it to come over to the U.S.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think. It came out, what, like during early February, I want to say?
Something like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you haven't checked, if you haven't seen it, they have the limited edition box set for Ruby on sale in the RT store. So the Japanese version, at least.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to get it, it's like what, like $100-something bucks.
It's like 120, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I got it from I was in I was in Akihabara. I got it from Akihabara. Mm. They were doing a nice thing where if you picked up the box set, they were handing out free posters. So
Okay.
you got one of the you got one poster of each of the girls on the main team with like the main character art kind of thing. So.
Which did you choose?
Oh no, you got all four.
Oh, you got all four. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's they call it service. And it's just like the usual like free thing that Japanese do sometimes. It's like when you get your phone, they'll give you sometimes like, oh, it's a service, and they hand you like curry or something, and you're like, okay.
Phone with curry. Sounds like a great.
No. I mean, like when you
Okay.
get your cell phone. I did my cell phone contract, and they were like, and as a service, here you go, have a, and they handed me like this little packet of curry. I was like, okay, cool. They do that a lot in Japan.
Interesting. Let's see. What about you, Tim? What's the one piece of advice?
So it's in the middle of summer, so like you're not doing things, you're just chilling and vegging. So if you're not used to like being on your feet a lot and walking around, like maybe like a couple weeks before you lace up your sneaks and start taking some walks, and because especially being spread out between the multiple buildings, like those walks will catch up on you. Like we were running before in the mornings. Like the last day I ran with you was the last day I ran the whole time I was in Austin because I just couldn't do it anymore. I was like, I just need to be off my feet as much as I can because I'm just not used to it. So yeah, try to get yourself up and around before it's like a pregame because it's a lot of walking, a lot of standing, a lot of waiting and queuing, and the concrete isn't fun to sit on for multiple hours. I did it in 2013 for the Achievement Hunter Lounge. It's not fun. It's not comfortable. So like, flex them legs.
Yeah.
Do some calisthenics.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. As it also, if you want to, there's a trend going that comes around every RTX, fit for RTX. You may have seen it at least a few times over the past. When they started, 2012, I would say, or
I think that
2013.
was when they had the exercise groups there to do all the measuring.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that was 2013, the first year.
I think it was 2013.
Okay, so yeah, they've had it, and it's been like it was a really interesting initiative. So people started getting healthy, and it was really good to see. And hopefully, continue the tradition again and try to go get some exercise, maybe lose a little bit of weight before RTX, and then you'll be fit enough to go and walk around and not completely die from the physical the physical stuff. So I know I did it for 2012 when I was going as a Nintendo, and my feet, I wore the wrong shoes, and my feet, they were paying for it. So, and on top of being unfit, I was like, maybe I do need to get fit again.
Yes.
So,
Mhm.
fit for RTX.
Mhm.
Let's see. Any couch to 5K, C25K program would be amazing practice for RTX. Yeah, 5K would be good practice. He's talking about running, like 5
Yeah.
kilometers.
I do the zombie run program. That's what I was doing when we were running in
Mhm.
Austin. I just started. I was on like week 2 or 3, and then
Is that the AR thing that you listen to?
yeah, and it's really fun. It like eases you in, so it's definitely helpful. Like if you can get a week or 2 in before RTX, you should be pretty set. But yeah, just be prepared to walk and have some feet pain. Bring a tennis ball if you're going to be standing around. Roll your foot on a tennis ball if you have to be stuck in one place for a little while. Great tip. Great help from all that dance marathon experience I have.
All right.
I haven't thought about that, but okay.
Also,
it'll change your life.
oh yeah, tennis balls are really great. It helps with any tendon, like any tendon strain, like especially like on your back. If you have a little tennis ball on your back, it's all tightened up, just go like take your back and roll against it on the ground, and it'll get it right out. So, really good use. Trying to think of other stuff. They have like, what was the name of the exercise, like the themed exercise programs that went around, like the One Punch Man workouts, the Batman workouts, and there'd be like
There's like workout
Uh,
routines based on movie and property, like video
If
game
I'm gonna do
properties.
that, I'm doing the arrow workout where like you got to do the salmon ladder and you run around standing on top of a giant tire hitting with a hammer. Like that sounds like fun.
yeah. What was it? One Punch
I
Man,
forgot what that was
100.
called.
One Punch Man, 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and 6 miles of running
Yes, every day.
every day.
Every day until you're bald.
I love that meme.
Mhm.
But yeah, any other piece of advice that we can give before we head out tonight?
Don't pull a Jen and drop your phone in the toilet on Friday night because you'll need
Yes. Yes. Don't go to the VIP party and drop your phone in the
it.
toilet.
Do go to the VIP party. Do have fun. Do take advantage of the open bar. Don't drop your phone in the toilet. Bring a bag, Jen. That's okay.
That was a fun party.
Give it to Link. It was a fun party. If you look at the photo booth pictures I have, you can see me spilling my drink on myself because I'm trying to catch up from the first hour of the open bar that I missed. Yeah, take it easy.
Jesus.
Got the rest of the night.
Yeah, I had like, as I said, the great thing about the VIP party, like the only reason I got to go is because I was working the front door. Was like I think they had like a couple little themed drinks. I think one was, I forgot what the blue drink was, but the red one was the blood of my enemies, and that was a good drink.
That was
And they
good.
were
I think that's
all
the
on the
ones going
house
on the
too,
house.
so they were
Yeah.
free.
Yeah, I think I had about 5 vodka rebels that night.
Wow. I
Yeah.
think I had two. I had one of each of the drinks, and then I had an old fashioned, and I was drinking the old fashioned outside at the door. I think that's when Bernie and Alan Richardson came up, and I was still drinking it. And he made like a comment like, "Oh, I was drinking on the job, huh?" It's like I was having a little bit of fun. I'm trying to finish this.
Not on the job, off the job.
Yeah, technically I'm not a guardian, so
Not wearing my shirt.
No, like when you're not on duty, it's okay. It's just you can't do it when you're on duty. for
Yeah.
obvious reasons, right?
Hmm.
also that's the first time I got to see Bethany angry, and it was not fun seeing her angry.
Oh, you didn't have the experience of getting the guest list for that party because she sat me down in the mezzanine with Barbara, handed me the guest list, and then was like, "These are all of the rules, and if you lose this list, I will find you." And I was like, yes, ma'am, yes, I will protect it with my life. Yes, okay. And then she was like, "Yeah, we're gonna have a great time."
It's like Mr. Jekyll, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. So it's like,
Yeah,
evil-
Barbara's like, she's the perfect mix of Gus and Barb.
See, Darebeat, that's what it was. Darebeat was the workout website. So if you go there, they'll have a bunch of themed workouts, and they have the hero's journey, which is like a slow build up, so to build up your stamina and everything.
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
what I did that last year. It really works. It's really good.
Yeah, I'd say like it doesn't work for me, but that's because I'm used to different sets of workouts, and also I'm more of a runner, so
Mhm.
which I think I hit to get my stamina built up because I'm doing the mini marathon this year.
Plus,
Again.
don't listen to Kira. She does like P90X and all that weird stuff.
Yeah, that's right. That she does do that. God, P90X. That's a tough program to follow. I never get time to complete it and everything, so. All right. Anything else that we had to say before we head out? Any last words?
Spay and neuter your pets, everybody.
Also,
Thanks,
your
Bob
children.
Barker.
Spay and neuter your children if at all possible.
Absolutely.
Alrighty. Great note. Okay, let's head off here. Say bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.